guys, welcome to 10 More Minutes. I'm Chris.
And I'm Sam.
And my volume is way too loud.
Yeah, I think mine's a little too loud, too.
There we go. Today we are playing Darkest Dungeon.
Ooh.
Long requested by you guys and long avoided by us because we heard it was super hard.
I don't even say avoided, more cautious about starting, because like FTL and other games of this nature, we're like, we need to figure things out a little bit first before we dive into those dungeons and start hacking things away.
Yeah, this looks like my bedroom if my bedroom had a fireplace. Other than that, everything else
I'm really liking the Mike Mignola Hellboy look to the art style. I actually follow the art director, which is Trudy.
What's her name? Trudy.
That's what she goes by on
Twitter,
and I think on Instagram too. Her art's great. I think she's like Lady T on like Instagram. You should check out her work. It's freaking great. I don't know who else worked on it. I just know she was an artist on the game. I think she was art director for it. I might be wrong, but yeah, her stuff's phenomenal. So
isn't it very different from what we see in this?
You can tell it's her style in this, but she definitely invokes a very Mignola Hellboy look to this, more so than her actual work. Her work, like on her own, is a little bit more cutesy, a little bit more fun and playful, but it has this line quality, and you can tell like she just kind of pushed it a bit more. She made it a bit deeper and grungier and darker.
So do you know the story? Because from what I'm understanding so far, like having talking over it, it sounds like they had a mansion or something, and then they dug underneath and found all this shit.
So I spent 4 hours playing this game, but I didn't spend time delving into the lore. I wanted some of it to be fresh for me.
Yeah.
I put in 4 hours. I actually started really liking it, but when you first start this game, you're like, what is this? There's so many things. And then you play for an hour, you're like, oh, there's not that many things. And then you're like, there's so many things in hour 2.
Yeah.
And you're like, hour 3, you're like, yeah, it's not that bad. And then hour 4 comes, you're like, I'm an idiot. There's even more things.
Did that guy just kill himself?
I think so.
Okay. So, Darkest Dungeon is about making the most of bad situations. Quests will fail and must be abandoned. Heroes will die and they will die. They will stay dead. Progress autosaves constantly, so actions are permanent. The game expects a lot out of you. How far will you push your adventurers? Not very far. If we're going to choose a difficulty, it's going to be the easiest one, guys.
Yes.
I will review... I will be reviewing whatever the story was.
Click the letter.
Yeah,
first one.
Thank you.
Ooh, select campaign. Not that. Well, that's not that bad. Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah. I'll review the story mode when I go to review the episodes to render them, because I'm actually interested in it. But yeah, we had to get the introductions across, so I'll catch up with it. I think I get the gist of it. They dug under the house or something like that, and
I know that
they opened up a doorway to some Cthulhu-looking...
Yeah. The main point of the game, from what I understand so far, is there are 4 dungeons that you have to proceed far enough through to unlock the final dungeon, and that's what you're trying to do through your playthrough. Similar like FTL, where you have to defeat the final boss. That's all you have to do. You don't have to beat any of the mini-bosses. The final boss is the only one that matters to get the ending.
Okay.
And this, I believe, is sticking us right into the intro with our 2 starting characters. I skipped all of this stuff.
Did you?
I've never seen any of these cutscenes. I was like, skip.
Well, you wanted to get just right to the...
I just wanted to get right into
the meat of it, right?
The meat of the mechanics.
Okay, and then we can experience it together.
Exactly.
I get you.
Crazy old man, I'm gonna whip ya. Davy Jones ain't got nothing on me. Bring Rip Van Winkle. He owes me $40.
All right, so we're looking for some kind of family redemption? Is that what I'm understanding, guys?
I don't know. A crazy prospector.
I'm going to review it after this episode. So while we kind of blurb through it on this one, it's just to get into the meat of it right away. But after this episode, we're going to double check that the recording went well, because we've had a couple problems recently with
we have.
The recording files and the source files going through.
To tell you guys ahead of time, so
do you want to go and tell them the same blurb that we've said on the other ones, but they didn't seem to listen for Subnautica?
Oh, no, I was about to say, I don't know what you said, Subnautica. We record 7 episodes at a time. So anything anything you guys tell us will not come into effect until 7 episodes after this one, like on episode 8, we will be able to take the tips you give us. You go like, why'd they skip that? You put the thing in the goblet and you get the gobbledygook and you go, oh, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, we don't under that.
If you guys comment, blah, 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 I don't know how to respond to that. Typically, I respond to everything, but if you ask me or say, I don't even, if you even comment that, I'm going to be like,
It's a good day to trot through the forest. I found myself. Shut up, Dimas.
So shut up, you fucking ass.
I'm afraid. Shut up, you wimp. Get through here.
What was the symbol that I saw right there?
He's surprised.
Get him.
Okay, so in this game, you have different positions that are dictated by the yellow is your preferred position for the attack, where you have to be to do it, and where you can attack. Red is the people you can attack.
What do you mean position?
So
like based off of what
you can
where
have
you are?
4 people in a party. Right now, I have 2. So for instance, this open vein attack allows me to attack the first 2 people in combat. He can be anyone.
And you can be within the first 3?
First 3 positions. If I'm in the way
from
back.
right to left, yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm in the way back, I can't do anything. And each one has an accuracy. I still don't understand all the damage mods and crit mods, so if you guys can tell me how those work, that would help out a lot. I understand accuracy, so like 95, there's always a chance to miss, but there's bleed, which is just kind of, it's like poison,
probably
but it's different.
DOT
it's
effect.
a DOT.
Yeah, it's a dot.
And you know, the HP in this game is very low. 33 HP is actually a lot. And I learned if it's a chain link the other day, that means it can attack multiple people. And
Chain link, you meant by go back to it?
So
the two dots, the two red dots that are connected together.
Yeah,
okay.
and each one has different abilities. Like this does a stun, and this one does Bulwark of Faith, which I thought
self buff support.
I thought it was like an
20%
aggro,
protection.
like it'll bring people to attack you, but people just freaking ignore it. They're just like, yeah, fuck you.
Well, it's probably an additional defense or something, right?
Something. I know it gives you more defense, but I was hoping it would draw attacks towards you.
Oh, like a provoke.
Like a provoke. But I didn't see that. You also have your torch. So
what is that?
The more light you have, the less chance your guys can get afraid. Because if you look at this little bar here, it's my stress. It shows how stressed out I am. Ooh, and this is a thing.
I'd be pretty stressed out if I lived in this world.
Just learned about this. I think. Now I guess I don't have
optional.
anything.
Drag a what?
So sometimes items you
here?
can throw into there, and that's going to give you a bonus, depending if you know what it does.
So like
can be
consequential playthroughs, you'll know better.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so we probably won't be doing much of that.
It's a booty.
Whoa! That lady's not wearing a shirt, Sam. Also, she's slightly overweight.
Very overweight. And see, Grape Shot is a lower accuracy. It's only 75, but it has a 3 chain attack, so it's
Hold
a
on.
big AoE.
Go back to it. Are we on time or is it turn?
It's turn-based.
Okay.
It's all
I wanted to take a
turn-based.
second till I read some of this stuff. What is damage mod minus 80%? That sounds negative.
Don't
because of the
know.
minus.
I don't know what that does. So we can test that out really quick. So this is a buff. No, wait, this is not a buff. This is a ranged shot. So I don't know. I think it means it does way less damage, but it gives you a buff also when you do it. So it's a little bit of a trade-off.
Okay.
This fight's pretty easy. It's just to get you into it, but I like this zealous accusation.
Do it, man.
Get out of here, evildoers!
Look at this book. I can't read.
Now, because I attacked the first one, it didn't do chain, but I think if I target the back one, it would have attacked.
It would have chained both.
It would have chained both.
Okay.
So for instance, Grape Shot
Is that like
Blast.
a damage thing or
Yeah.
like a defensive thing? Okay, you got 2.
Yeah, this one's an AoE.
And you debuffed. Blanket
Yes.
fire.
So
Oh,
Blanket
okay.
Fire is the same kind of attack I
Yeah,
had.
that you just did.
I still don't understand how turns work in haste. Like some characters seem to get more attacks, and some people seem to get less.
I'm assuming it's like agility based, or
Yeah.
I don't know all the stats in this game.
So I thought,
maybe it's
wait.
move.
It won't let me do that. Okay, now I'm kind of confused. But I'm gonna go and try and attack. Oh,
Well, I mean,
he
you only
takes up 2 spaces. That's why.
Oh.
So this guy takes
So
up
unless you
2
have a link of
spots.
3,
Yeah.
it won't be able to. Okay.
So he takes up 2 spaces. Okay,
what did
I'd
that do?
forgotten about that. So that gives me a buff.
Okay.
So
Okay.
marked battles attracts enemies and takes more damage from some attacks.
So that sounds
plus
like a
20%
provoke,
protect.
right?
Yeah, -4 dodge and then 2 damage per round, which is the bleed.
That
I don't
doesn't-
have any
that
items
doesn't sound
to
good.
clean my bleed right now.
Okay.
I will later.
What is it, like bandages or something?
Yeah, you get it's literally bandages. You
Oh,
get bandages that
perfect.
you can buy before you go into a dungeon, and that gives you the ability to get rid of that bleed.
Right on.
Bleed's not too
Guys, if you haven't understood already, Sam only played 3 hours maybe
4
of this, 4 hours of this
Yeah.
maybe,
I've
and
done-
in a learning like
Capacity.
capacity. So he's not speaking as an expert. So if you're like, Sam, you're wrong. Technically, bandages also give you food if you blah 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 blah.
Okay, something of note as well. They leave behind corpses in this game, which are blockades. So unless you clear
so
the
it still
corpse,
counts as a fight thing.
they have less HP, but you can't attack this bad guy until you get rid of this. And sometimes you have range attacks that'll allow you to, but not always. Like
I would think you would want to. Wow. I would think you would want to take out the last guy. Wait, if the battle ends, do you still have to deal with the blockade, like walk past him or whatever? Because right now you're in the danger zone.
Once you kill that last guy, you're fine.
Okay.
You kill that last guy, it's not a problem anymore. Please do not kill Ronald. I don't want to lose him yet.
It's grievous.
Oh, there we go.
Just like the general.
Yeah.
You have found some stuff. I did it! Quest complete! Ravenclaw!
Gonna grab the chest. It's trapped!
It was trapped, yeah.
Blight! That's not good!
I was gonna say right before it said something trap chest.
Yeah. Okay, and so this is definitely a roguelike. So
yeah.
It's all about grinding, and this game is about disposable fodder. The one thing I know, so people won't be like, well, if you do this thing, these two guys, if you keep them through the very end, they get you an achievement, I think. Now,
when the end of the story or the end of the first mission?
At the end of the story.
But you almost died.
Yeah. So when they level up or finish a dungeon, they will get a random buff or debuff. So for this one, plus 20% healing skills while at camp. Sometimes
nice.
you get other ones like -4 accuracy. Other times you'll be like, in this situation when he's below 50% health, they start to panic more.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of psychological debuffs, and then there's this activity log, which keeps the activities because they go weeks and weeks and weeks. And these are all my goals. So many.
Defeat a bunch of shit, raise a bunch of shit.
Yes, get to level 6. Defeat the shotting crew. Defeat the luring sirens. Sunken crew sunken.
We probably shouldn't read those, right? That's probably spoilers.
I have no idea.
Oh. Okay.
If it's spoilers,
I mean, not spoilers, but like it probably gives an idea of what's to come. So, are you hiring these people?
This is my stagecoach. You get to hire people for free. It doesn't cost any money to hire them because all of this is about, you're going to lose people. You're going to want to dismiss people too.
Yeah,
and
to what, like heal up or take days
yes,
off?
and this is like the upgrading path. So you get different, like you get busts, you
experienced
get portraits,
heroes,
deeds, and crests. Each one, like this one takes deeds and crests. Other ones, like, I don't have them unlocked yet, but...
I think you just unlocked one.
That's trinkets, so that's
like... Oh, you just checked them out, okay.
This is the graveyard. This is where they all come to lay their final rest.
Get them.
And this is just all the cutscenes. So right now, all we have is stagecoaches. And you kind of want to upgrade this because this has increased the number of recruits that are available for hire.
So we get the maximum amount of people.
Increases the size of the barracks, increases experience recruits, like chance of recurring level higher. So I kind of want to do one of these so I can have more people because this will help out later on.
Do it.
And then I'm gonna do one more of that. And I think that's good enough for now.
I like it. I have nothing further to add, so yeah.
There's more things to unlock after the first or second mission. But you have your tavern, you have your abbey, you have your sanitarium, and a lot of this is building back up the town so you can get better things later.
Okay.
But
did I tell you that someone along the way of trying to get us to play this game?
Yeah.
I apologize. I don't remember who exactly it was. Made us as characters.
In Darkest Dungeon?
In Darkest Dungeon.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, they made it for us. I
hope they're gonna watch this one.
If I can find it, I will add it in here, like the little images and everything.
So I don't
know.
But
it was so long ago. I'm like, ooh, unless I saved it, I don't know if I can find them.
So one thing, I don't know how this works, guys. If you do know Couchlings, let me know. I don't know the different combinations. Like, look, if I see right here, it's Red Hook versus Usual Suspects. Or versus nothing. So there's
so there's like a party bonus based off
certain
of
people have preferred positions.
Okay.
So she likes to be, or the healers tend to like to be in the second or third spot, but they're also okay in the fourth spot. It's because that's where they can use most of their attacks.
Okay. I see. So it's probably like a group setup based off of you probably get like bonuses to stats, like 10% to healing if you're in the Usual Suspects, or like maybe the Usual Suspects is like 10% bonus loot drop.
There's
and the
like
red hook is probably like 10% bonus to attack or something like that.
Probably. I still haven't figured them all out, but these
Yeah.
are the 4 dungeons you end up getting. This is the darkest dungeon, which is just the final boss.
Okay, so this is
And-
the whole map.
Yeah, this
The
is
whole main map
This is
type
the
deal.
whole main map.
The Warrens,
but-
the Weald, the Cove, the Ruins, the Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah, and this is where we buy our supplies. So I need
Okay.
food, because if I don't have food, they're gonna get hungry and they're gonna start get paranoid that we're never gonna leave.
Well, it seems like you got a bunch of money, so.
You want a shovel in case
Holy
you come
crap,
across
that shovel's
stuff.
expensive.
You only need about 1 or 2. You don't really need more than that.
Okay.
Bandages, I really haven't had too much bleed, so I'm gonna only grab
3.
1 or 2.
Yeah.
Torches and food are like kind of the big thing. I've never needed more than about 8, and that's for the long ones. Money in the early game is not too important from what I've been told.
Okay.
I read a little bit of stuff. I haven't read a lot, but you don't want to max out because this is your slots for stuff you can keep too when you're coming back.
So anything you
So
find
just
in
like
the
in
way.
Dungeons and Dragons when they have encumbrance, this game has encumbrance. You have to know like, well, these things take up so many slots.
It's
and you only have
slot-based encumbrance.
Yeah, it's slot-based
That's what I was
encumbrance.
just about to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So whatever you find, you have to value. It's like, well, are these gems worth 300 and this one's worth 800? So I'm gonna take the 800 one and go from there.
Right on. This is seeming pretty cool. It looks hard as fuck.
The more I've played of it, the more I've liked it. I think
Yeah.
part of it that makes me love it is the art direction. I
Yeah.
think it's so solid. It's very
It's got good parallaxing with
Yeah.
the background. It looks like the art's really good. I like the way
it's super simple in game
kind of
design.
dungeon crawl. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not really button heavy, but I don't know. Maybe I've had an RPG craving for a while because I'm playing Battle Chasers and now I'm playing this.
I find it funny that you and I are like always avoid RPGs for Let's Plays, and then this one was so
Heavily requested
that we went into it.
Yeah, I think it's because it's the RNG factor that comes with it. So
Yeah.
you always want to have a healer. And different healers have different abilities. Some have an AoE heal, some have just the single one. They always seem to have at least.
Yeah, she's got the
this.
Green Lantern.
Yeah,
move.
she has the Green Lantern move. Exactly what I was thinking.
It's just
But
like double Green Lantern.
what's super cool is she also, some of them have different abilities. Like some people for Dazzle hers is a stun. Versus other ones
shit.
I've had will have a heal when they do that. Like they'll do 4
She's
damage.
kind of like a cleric in D&D.
Yeah,
then.
she's very much a cleric. Like they can actually do damage. A lot of this game seems to be very D&D based.
It also seems like when you start, like you have
Yeah.
low health, like you could easily drop until you start like building your characters up.
Yes, and I think a lot of this too is monster based as well. I don't know how it works, but see now that AoE attack, because they only take up 1 square, I was able to do it. But
Yeah,
whenever
'cause
you're
it
opening,
chained.
yeah,
Okay.
whenever you're opening traps, you don't know if it's going to be good. But occasionally you can throw like, I'm gonna throw a holy water on here and see if that does anything. That item has no effect.
Did you lose it though?
You do lose it. So that's the
Ooh.
problem. But now you know with an X that this doesn't work. So maybe a torch. That doesn't work either. That's why I bought 2. That doesn't work either. So now I can say
Well-
like, I'm gonna risk it,
Okay.
which it's an early dungeon. I think it's fine.
I'm assuming certain items have different effects on them, not just
Yes.
random, right?
It's kind of random.
Like if it said like trapped lockbox or something, you wouldn't just throw a
Yes.
torch at it and expect it to work. You'd probably throw like thieves' tools or something like that, right?
Yeah, and watching
Okay.
out on the ground, like this is where we need the shovel because it's a pile of corpses.
Okay.
So you have to use 1 shovel to do that. But
Would
notice
it
how my
hurt
stress
you?
is going up.
Is that what stress is? The daggery things around your head?
Stress
the
is
daggery halo?
determined by like dim light.
What was the halo effect? Like the ring of thorns around your head?
Oh, that's when you have resolve. And as your characters get stronger, they're less likely to get freaked out by things. So if you make them stand,
Like digging through bodies?
yeah, like digging through bodies.
Yeah.
Shuffle single. So now I gotta decide. This is an AoE plague, but this is only gonna hit 1 person. So I think I'm gonna go with. Can blinding gas work? No, it only hits the back 2.
I'm assuming the back 2 are the ones you need to worry about, right?
I'm gonna do a heal.
I
for
mean,
this
like
one.
that necromancer type lady in the back.
Yeah.
Looks pretty jerky. Oh god!
Oh,
Eldritch
no!
Bush! Ah! So wait, the one that comes up is one damage?
Yes.
That is 23? That doesn't seem that bad.
No, it's not, but it can get really bad because they love to target the weak character.
Yeah.
They will go straight after people that they're like,
Like the
oh,
cleric and stuff.
I know this guy. Not always the cleric, but at least not in my
Well,
experience.
so what you're saying when weak characters, they'll take the opportunity to
Yes.
mess a character
They
up
will
who's already doing bad.
If they're stressed aside, they'll be like, I'm targeting them.
Okay.
And until you get like a bard or until you get other people, it's a little bit harder to alleviate their stress. I haven't found great ways. Bards can take a little bit of the shave off, but you'll see when we go back into town kind of how we deal with their stress. There's different ways like brothels and other different methods for them to get better.
So at this point, you want to use a ranged attack to try and hit her?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, because now they're dead.
And certain things like Blight and Alchemist can just clear the bodies instantly because of the properties attached to them. From what I understand, they do a lot more.
This is pretty mechanic heavy.
It is very, and it seems like a lot when you first get into it.
Yeah. I was gonna say this seems like a game that's hard to learn, and then once you learn it, it's like, oh my god, all the options, all the possibilities.
Yes.
Like, I could do this, I can manipulate this, I can build like kind of like learning a new card game.
Yes,
it's like
very much
this is so many mechanics. How do I ever get good at this? And then just doing it and being bad or good at it.
Yes.
You're like, oh my god, now I can think of extra strategies to counteract all these things I've fought and seen.
I kind of had to take it on like you would for D&D, where I don't really know how things are gonna go, but I know that's mechanic heavy, and there's also different abilities. Like I think because he's a scout, I still haven't figured out who has that trait.
Yeah.
But there's different rooms. Like this room's gonna have a battle curio. This one's gonna have a room battle. Certain dungeons like this one is explore 90% of the rooms, so we don't even have to do everything to get the completion.
Okay.
Yeah, and occasionally the scout will let you know, hey, there's a trap in this room, so just be careful.
So you said the thing that shows up over the head, the little spike, black and white spike halo thing?
Yes. So the black one is bad, and the gold, that's bad. That's stress.
Okay.
Our couchling, Blue Lip, I believe it was, had me do a illustration for him.
I think
for
it was
the Patreon.
Blue, you're right, yeah.
For the Patreon, and he wanted the stress logo, so that kind of got me a little bit even more excited to be like, all right, let's try this. Let's see how this goes.
I recognized.
I missed.
Sam.
I was leaving it with that.
I recognize the thorn crown of thorns essentially.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would call it.
I'd say like crown of thorns, like
yeah.
I don't
it looks
know.
like a typical like Christianity halo, like you would see over people's heads, or
I'm mad that I didn't realize that was AOE for the longest time. I was like, damn it.
The Green Lantern.
How did I not the Green Lantern thing? The main thing that Renaud has. Or Reynold?
Which one's Renaud? The main guy?
Crusader kind of knight.
The paladin looking dude.
Yeah, I still don't know all the classes. I know typically it's always a she. She's the healer, and he's a healer as well. I guess from alchemists or healers. But look at this. They're all fucking targeting her.
Ooh, I
want her to live more than one time.
Yep. Oh my god, she's got no health.
Yeah, she's
gonna die in a single hit though.
So,
is there any way to raise people once they die?
So after they go down as 1 HP, it's basically like D&D where they go to death's door.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
You've missed them twice, man.
Yeah.
I think you might be doing something wrong on that one.
Well, the accuracy is 75, so they must have high. I must not be reading it right. So
you missed all three of them
95
twice.
base minus 100 damage. This is 95 base, 100 damage. Minus 90% damage. All this stuff is just low damage.
So minus 90% damage mod, that would tell me that you do 10% damage only, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
It stunned him.
Couchlings, let us know, please.
Try and take out these two guys.
7 and 5, that's awesome.
Yeah. And having them take out people in combat, that helps out a lot. Keeping them healthy seems to lower their stress. I might be wrong.
I was going to say, turning the tide of battle just seems like massively taking out as many people as you can.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you get avalanched on.
Right. And they love to pick on one person.
Yeah.
They love to just be like, oh, she fucked.
She's fucked up.
I'm gonna get her. So now these guys are in the way. So I have to.
Unless you can hit them with a. Can you defend with your front guy, or
I can't?
Well, I guess he's a ranger, so it doesn't really matter, right? The enemy.
He's a ranger, but maybe now
he's got range.
Maybe she'll mark him instead of. But no, see, like I did defense, and is like, nah, I'm still going for her. She's low HP. I'm gonna take her out. So I don't understand what the point of that ability is. I'm confused.
Maybe it's only a percentage.
Maybe it's only a percentage. But look he's just freaking nailing her, and yet I haven't got to go with my other guys yet. It's kind of frustrating sometimes.
I mean, out of everyone in the party, I'd nail her too. But hey, I mean, it's only because of that big club she has.
All right, this just should
end
take
him, and then you can heal after. You found some things, Samuel.
And so food can heal you up, but only to like a certain extent. And if you use too much healing,
You get too fat.
not too fat, just you end up using your food that could normally go. So this is an ornate holy purport. So I'm gonna try
Fuck is
and
a purport?
I don't know, but I added holy water, and look what that did. It gave me a boost and 20 resolve, so it took down the stress level.
So purport must be like a fountain that's
Yes.
a fountain, but it was probably empty. So since you added holy water, you were able
I got
to
a
heal.
bonus. Yeah. So once you
How
figure
about
out,
we come back next time?
yeah, into the deep darkness.
The darkest dungeon,
Yeah.
or whatever you want to call the first
Whatever you want to call it, but we
Yeah.
need to cut out quick so my light doesn't go away.
Yeah. How do we pause? Do we pause?
I can pause like this.
Oh, okay, cool. Does that pause your light?
Yeah, pause my light.
Okay. Well, anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Beep, bop, boop.
I would like to keep playing this game.
Share with your friends and
Yeah,
your
please
family.
share with
and
your friends, guys.
And your cat. And,
Yeah,
you
share
know,
with your
that
cat,
normal-
share
that
your
normal
Doge,
stuff.
all that good stuff. Share with Cthulhu. He's totally excited.
That's how you say his name. And I don't know what language he speaks.
Bring that eldritch horror to us.
I guess it would be, considered eldritch, wouldn't it?